Most older men have no idea that younger women are turned on by things they never say out loud. My friend, let's be real. A lot of men your age think younger women only want money, status, or excitement. But the truth is far more interesting. Younger women are drawn to something deeper, something quieter, something only a small group of older men naturally give off. And the crazy part, these men usually don't even realize they're doing it. Meanwhile, most older guys make the same mistake. They try too hard, they show too much, they give too fast. And without meaning to, they kill the attraction before it even starts. Then they walk away thinking younger women are impossible. No, they're not impossible. They're just responding to signals you never learned to send. In this video, I'm going to show you the subtle things younger women secretly want from older men. Not manipulation. Not chasing, not fantasies you can't sustain. I'm talking about micro moves that hit deep in a younger woman's psychology, the kind of moments that make her lean in, lower her guard, and see you differently. These are the things only 1.1% of older men do. And once you understand them, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. Let's get into it. Number 1. The lingerie look she wants you to notice. Folks, let's be real for a second. Younger women might act bold, confident, and playful, but when it comes to intimacy, they crave something older. Men rarely give them subtle, restrained, masculine attention. Not staring, not drooling, not acting like a teenager who has never seen a woman before. I am talking about noticing the right things in the right way. And nothing flips that switch faster than a man who knows how to acknowledge her lingerie without being inappropriate. Let me paint the picture. Imagine Mark, 53, divorced, grounded, steady. He has been seeing a younger woman named Alyssa, 29, who works in marketing and is used to clumsy younger guys. One evening, she shows up at his place wearing a loose button-down shirt and black jeans. It looks casual, but you and I both know it is not random. As she moves around the kitchen, the shirt shifts just enough for him to glimpse a thin strip of dark lace along her shoulder. Most older men make one of two mistakes in that moment. They either pretend they did not see it at all because they are scared to be disrespectful, or they overreact and turn into a walking cliché. They stare, they comment too directly, they make it all about the physical. Ignoring it makes her feel unseen as a woman. Overreacting makes her feel cheap. Both kill the attraction. So what does Mark do instead? He notices, but he does not pounce. As she walks past him, he gives a calm, slow smile and says in a low, relaxed tone, "That little detail looks really good on you." That is it. No staring down her chest. No trying to escalate on the spot. No nervous laughter. Just grounded masculine awareness. And Alyssa feels it immediately. She feels that this man saw something intimate without making her feel exposed. She feels his self-control. She feels that he is sexually aware but not sexually desperate. Younger women are not turned on by a man who acts like he has never seen a bra before. They are turned on by a man who can hold tension without breaking it. Here is the deeper psychology, my friend. When a younger woman wears something lacy, soft, or beautiful underneath, she is not doing it by accident. She is expressing her femininity in a way most men will never fully understand. She will never say, "Please notice my lingerie," but part of her wants exactly that, to be subtly seen by a man who is mature enough to handle it. Not a boy, not a fan, a man. That one small comment from Mark tells her a lot. It tells her he is paying attention. It tells her he is confident enough to acknowledge her sensuality. And it tells her he is not so thirsty that he loses control the second things get intimate. That combination of attention, confidence, and restraint is what separates the 1.1% of older men from everybody else. If you have ever felt a moment like this but did not know how to handle it, this is your wake-up call. Stop pretending you do not see her. Stop acting like a teenager. Start being the calm, observant man she secretly hopes you are. If this hits home for you, drop a comment and type "I notice her." And stay with me, because what you have just heard is only the first layer of how younger women respond to a man's subtle, controlled desire. Number 2. The whisper that turns her on. Here's a truth. Most older men never realize younger women are far more affected by tone than by words. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. A whisper, when done right, isn't just sound. It's tension, it's closeness, it's leadership. And it's one of the simplest, most powerful tools a man can use. Yet the vast majority of older men never use it correctly. In the video's core idea, younger women respond intensely to a man who speaks low, slow and close. Not because he's trying hard, but because he's in control of himself. A whisper is intimate. It creates a bubble. It makes her feel like she's inside your world, not the other way around. But here's the key: the whisper is powerful only when it comes from a grounded place. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes unexpectedly relevant. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In modern terms, if you speak nervously, she feels your anxiety. If you speak calmly, she feels your calm. A whisper works only when your internal world matches the tone you're using. Most men misunderstand intimacy. They think loudness, boldness, or directness is what turns a younger woman on. In reality, younger women crave the opposite: a man who doesn't need volume to be heard. A man who doesn't need to raise his voice to create impact. A man whose presence is strong enough that when he lowers his voice, she instinctively leans closer. When you whisper something intentional, not needy, not begging for attention, but grounded and masculine, it sends her mind spinning. Why? Because a whisper makes her participate in the moment. It forces her to focus on you. It draws her physically and emotionally toward you. Younger women feel desire through tension, not through over-explanation. She doesn't lean into a man who seeks validation. She leans into the man who doesn't need to prove anything. And this is exactly why whispering is such a rare but powerful skill for older men. Most older men over-talk. They explain themselves, they justify, they fill every silence. Younger women don't want noise, they want presence. They respond to a man who uses fewer words, but uses them with intention. The whisper triggers something primal. When done correctly, it communicates safety and dominance at the same time. Safety, because your tone is calm. Dominance, because you're willing to break the boundary of space. Let's get deeper into the psychology. When a man speaks softly, it shows confidence, because softness requires control. Anyone can be loud. Anyone can try to impress. It takes an unshakable man to pull her closer with subtlety. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free. Freedom from fear. Freedom from insecurity." That's what your voice communicates. Think about it. A whisper doesn't chase. It invites. It doesn't demand. It draws. It doesn't overwhelm. It creates anticipation. And anticipation is the foundation of female desire. If you can master the whisper, you instantly separate yourself from almost every older man she's ever interacted with. Not because you're performing, but because you're revealing control in the most natural way possible. If this resonates with you, and you want to internalize this level of grounded confidence, drop a comment saying, "I speak with purpose." And stay with me, because what comes next dives even deeper into the psychological triggers younger women feel but will never admit out loud. Number 3. The secret signal she craves. There's a moment every younger woman waits for, longs for, even if she'll never admit it out loud. It's subtle, it's psychological, and it's one of the clearest signs that a man understands attraction on a deeper level. This secret signal isn't a line you say, a compliment you give, or a gesture you rehearse. It's the quiet, confident message you send without speaking. "I see you, but I'm not chasing you." Younger women respond intensely to this because it creates a perfect blend of attention and restraint. and when executed naturally, it activates desire in a way few older men ever master. Let me bring this to life with an example. Imagine Ethan, 52, divorced for 5 years, successful in his career but rusty when it comes to reading women. He meets Jenna, 29, at a friend's dinner gathering. She's warm, playful, clearly intrigued by him, but Ethan, like many older men, tries too hard to be polite, too available, too responsive. And every time he gives too much, she softens less. Now imagine a different version of Ethan, one who knows how to use the secret signal. Instead of immediately leaning in with eager energy, he gives her something far more attractive, measured presence. He makes eye contact, but only long enough to let her feel it. He smiles, but not every time she looks at him. He responds, but with calmness instead of speed. This Ethan notices her, but he never performs for her. And right there, Jenna's interest shifts. She starts adjusting her hair more. She laughs a little too easily at his dry comments. She positions herself closer. Why? Because this energy tells her, "You're not the center of my world, but you could be if you earn it." That is the secret signal, a blend of acknowledgement and sovereignty, a presence that says he is open, but not available to everyone. Younger women crave this because it separates the 1.1% of older men who actually understand attraction from the rest, who give the whole store away for free. And this has a deep psychological basis. Younger women are surrounded by men who either ignore them to play games or drown them in attention out of insecurity. But the man who stands centered, who gives her a taste of interest without surrendering all of his energy, hits a psychological sweet spot. This signal shows masculine self-control. It tells her you're not moved by the surface-level dynamics she uses on younger men. She doesn't just want attention, she wants impact. And impact comes through subtlety, not intensity. Here's where the Stoic angle comes in. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Older men lose attraction when they try to manage the outcome instead of managing their presence. But the man who stays internal, calm, collected, observing naturally projects what younger women want most: self-mastery. Jenna feels this with the second version of Ethan. She feels his steadiness. She feels his independence. She feels that he notices her, but he isn't bending himself around her. And because of that, she leans in emotionally without him saying a word. This is the dynamic younger women never explain. They don't want the man who gives them everything. They want the man they must subtly reach for. To anchor this, here's your grounding reminder. Attention attracts her. Restraint pulls her in. Presence seals the deal. If this resonates with you, and you want to embody that rare kind of presence, drop a comment saying, "I hold my frame." And stay with me, because the next part reveals an even deeper trigger that younger women respond to instinctively, even when they try to hide it. Number 4. The touch that melts her. When most older men think about touch, they think too big, too fast, or too obvious. They imagine grand gestures, strong moves, or romantic displays. But younger women respond to something entirely different, something softer, slower, more aware, and far more psychologically powerful. The touch that melts her isn't about force, it's about presence. It's the kind of touch that communicates, "I'm grounded, I'm in control, and I'm not doing this for approval." This is the kind of touch only a rare older man knows how to deliver, because it requires emotional steadiness, patience, and a calm masculine confidence that younger men don't yet have. And here's the truth most men never hear. A woman decides how she feels about your touch before you ever lay a hand on her. It's not the physical contact alone, it's the frame behind it. If your energy is seeking approval, she freezes. If your energy is tensed or hesitant, she pulls back. But if your energy is grounded, aware, and unhurried, she softens. Even the Stoics understood this dynamic. Epictetus wrote, "No great thing is created suddenly, and female attraction is no different." The touch she craves is built long before it happens, through composure, intention, and subtle signals that tell her you act from choice, not need. This touch can be something as small as the brush of your fingertips when you hand her a glass, the gentle placement of your hand on the small of her back as you guide her through a doorway, the slow, deliberate moment when you rest your hand on her waist, not pulling, not grabbing, simply claiming space with confidence. It's these micro moments that younger women feel intensely, because your touch carries meaning, masculine meaning. A touch that melts her, says, I'm calm, I'm sure of myself, and I know exactly what I'm doing. And here's where older men have an unmatched advantage. You've lived long enough to understand energy, timing, and restraint. Younger women pick up on that instantly. She can feel when a man touches her from pressure versus presence, and presence is what makes her body and mind respond automatically. But here's why this is so powerful. Younger women are constantly touched in the wrong way, either too aggressively, too casually, or too carelessly. The man who touches with intention, subtle intention, becomes unforgettable. This kind of touch doesn't just melt her, it reassures her, it excites her, it pulls her deeper into your gravity without a single word being spoken. And before we move on, let me say this clearly. If you want to master the psychology behind attraction, tension, feminine responsiveness, and masculine presence at a deeper level, join the channel's membership. That's where I break things down with even more precision, structure, and real-world application, things I can't reveal fully in the main videos. Now stay with me, because if you think touch is powerful, the next part explains something even stronger, something younger women feel almost against their will. Number 5. The foreign words that excite her. Here's something most older men underestimate. Younger women are far more stimulated by language than they'll ever admit. And when you use foreign words, especially the right ones, you hit a psychological trigger that very few men ever touch. But let's make something clear from the start. This isn't about being fluent in Italian, Spanish, or French. It's about the feeling those words create. It's about the contrast between your calm, grounded, masculine presence and the smooth, unexpected softness of a foreign phrase that slips out at the perfect moment. You see, younger women crave novelty and emotional texture. Their world is filled with predictable small talk, generic compliments, and boring conversations. But when a man adds even one unexpected foreign word into the interaction, the entire energy shifts because she suddenly feels something she wasn't expecting. Let me give you a real example. A 58-year-old man named Mark works as a contractor in Arizona. Practical guy, grounded, speaks plain English all day long. He meets Emily, 29, an interior designer on a joint project. One evening at the site, she shows him a new design mock-up. Mark looks at it and simply says, "Bellissima," that's it, one word. Calm, low, not trying to impress. She freezes, smiles, asks, "You speak Italian?" and he shrugs. Not really, just that word. But that moment stuck with her because it wasn't about Italian. It was about contrast. It was about the masculine groundedness of a man who doesn't try to perform, yet still surprises her with a hint of unpredictability. That's the key foreign words work, because they break patterns. Most men become extremely predictable in their speech. Straightforward, literal, linear. Women, especially younger women, live emotionally, intuitively, sensorially. A foreign phrase hits her like a soft spark. It bypasses logic and lands directly in the emotional part of her brain. But here's where most men get it wrong. They either overdo it, or they use foreign words from a place of insecurity, trying too hard to seem cultured. And that instantly kills the effect. The power comes from restraint, from dropping a single foreign word at the right moment, from being playful without performing, from speaking softly without seeking approval. In fact, Marcus Aurelius wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. And when your words shift, tone, texture, and emotional color, even for a second you change the emotional color of the moment itself. Younger women feel that deeply. They might jokingly roll their eyes, but their body reacts. Their interest heightens, their attention locks in just a little more tightly. Because now you're not just a man, you're a man who brings new emotional flavors into her world. And the best part, you don't even need romance to make this work. You can use it lightly, subtly, even platonically, and it still sparks her interest. Picture this, she tells you she's stressed. You say, tranquila, just breathe. She laughs, maybe blushes, but she remembers that moment for hours. Or she shares something impressive she's done, and you respond with a slow magnifique. Again, not because you're putting on a show, but because you're comfortable enough not to take yourself too seriously. That's what excites her. That blend of strength and playfulness. That masculine calm wrapped in a hint of unpredictability. Now, before we move into the next part, I'll leave you with this. If you think one foreign word can shift a woman's emotional state, wait until you see what happens when you change the way she responds to your presence entirely. Because what comes next is something younger women never admit, but always feel. Number 6. The lip brush she can't resist. My friend, let's talk about one of the most underestimated tools of masculine attraction. Not a kiss, not a grab, not a move. I'm talking about something far more subtle, far more psychological, and far more powerful than most men ever realize. I'm talking about the lip brush, not touching her lips, not kissing her, just getting close enough for her breath to falter, close enough for her pulse to jump, close enough for her mind to start racing, but not close enough for anything to actually happen. You want to know why younger women respond to this? Because younger women don't fall for the kiss itself, they fall for the anticipation of it. They fall for the tension, the build-up, the moment where their body reacts before their mind can explain what's happening. And here's what separates older, grounded men from every boy she's used to. A younger man rushes the kiss. A desperate man forces the kiss. A nervous man avoids the moment altogether. But a man with calm masculinity, he can stand right there just inches away without losing himself. And that, folks, is what makes her melt. You want the truth. She's reading your composure, your breathing, your voice, your eyes. Because that close, that intimate, she can feel exactly how centered you are. And when she sees you're not shaking, not panicking, not rushing, that's when the attraction spikes. The Stoics had a phrase that fits this moment perfectly. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man is to calmness, the nearer he is to strength." And that's exactly what she feels during a lip brush, your strength. Not physical strength, emotional strength, internal strength. The kind of strength that tells her she's safe and desired at the same time. Here's the part you need to understand. The lip brush works because you don't complete it. You stop right before the moment happens. That tiny hesitation does something to her brain. Her desire spikes because the moment feels unfinished. Humans crave completion, especially in moments charged with intimacy. When you leave that tension open, she keeps thinking about it. She replays it. She wonders why you didn't go further. She imagines what the kiss would have felt like. That imagination creates more heat than any kiss you could have given her. And the next time she's near you, she'll lean in without realizing. She'll look at your mouth more often. She'll match your breathing. She'll give away that she wants the moment again. Only this time she wants it further. That's why you must master this. Not to manipulate, not to play games, but to move with intention, presence, and masculine restraint. Now, before we wrap up this section, I want you to do something for yourself. If you're serious about stepping into this kind of masculine presence, I want you to drop a comment that reflects it. Write this: "I control the moment." Say it boldly. Put it in the comments. That's the kind of claim a man makes when he's done living on autopilot. And stick around because the next part takes this tension even deeper. What we're about to get into isn't about near touch or breath-level intimacy. It's about something psychological, something younger women feel long before anything physical happens. Stay with me. You don't want to miss what's coming. Number 7. The handhold that pulls her in. Listen, folks. Most men think holding a woman's hand is some sweet, innocent gesture. Something soft, something gentle, something harmless. But that's because most men have no idea how much psychology sits inside something so simple. When done right, a handhold is not just contact, it's direction, intention, and masculine certainty, all wrapped into one movement. Let me show you what I mean. Take Jonathan, 52, from Colorado. Divorced 5 years, masculine guy, stable career, but struggling with younger women because he overthinks everything. He told me once, "Man, I don't want to seem pushy." And I told him exactly what I'm telling you now. You don't take her hand to be pushy. You take her hand because you're grounding the moment. And that's the difference. Now look at Ashley, 31, the woman he was seeing. Great energy, very feminine, but she kept giving him mixed signals, leaning in, sometimes pulling back other times. Jonathan thought she wasn't interested. But the truth, she was waiting for him to show leadership. Younger women, especially the feminine ones, aren't attracted to hesitation. They're attracted to a man who can move. So one evening, walking out of a restaurant, instead of overthinking it for the 100th time, he simply said, "Come on," and offered his hand. Not forceful, not timid, just sure. That tiny moment flipped a switch. She later admitted, "I didn't even realize I wanted that until you did it." That's the power I'm talking about. A handhold, when done with presence, tells her 3 things. You're leading, you're steady, you're not afraid of the moment. Masculine energy is not loud, it's not dramatic, it's not needy, it's quiet confidence. The kind where you initiate without asking for permission, but still remain respectful and attuned. Women, especially younger women, aren't drawn to the touch itself. They're drawn to the man behind the touch. Holding her hand isn't about romance. It's about direction. It says, "I've got this," without you actually saying it. And trust me, she feels that message in her nervous system instantly. But here's the part most men get wrong. If you grab her hand in a moment where she doesn't feel connected, it falls flat. If you take her hand too soon, it feels forced. If you never take it at all, she loses interest. The right moment is simple. When she's near you and relaxed, when she matches your walking pace, when her shoulder occasionally brushes yours, when her voice softens just slightly. These micro-signals tell you she's already leaning toward you. That's your cue. And once you take her hand, don't rush it. Don't squeeze. Don't swing your arms like you're in a rom-com. Just hold firmly, walk confidently, and let your presence do the talking. You want her attraction to deepen. This is how you start. And if you want to anchor this mindset into your identity, drop a comment right now with, "I lead naturally." Say it, own it, make it yours. Now don't go anywhere, because what comes next is even more powerful. We're about to talk about a gesture that every younger woman notices, one that happens before you touch her, before you speak, sometimes even before you look her in the eyes. It's subtle, primal, and it tells her everything she needs to know about you in a single second. Stay tuned, you're going to want this one. Number 8. The skin compliment she loves. All right, folks, let's cut straight to it. Most men think compliments are all the same. Tell her she's beautiful, tell her she looks nice, tell her you like her outfit. Safe, predictable, forgettable. But when you understand female psychology, especially younger women, you realize something powerful. The compliment that goes straight past her defenses and into her attraction centers isn't about her dress, her makeup, or her style. It's about her skin. Why? Because skin is intimate. Skin is personal. Skin is primal. A woman can buy a new dress, She can change her hairstyle. She can upgrade her shoes. But her skin, that's her. That's natural beauty. That's femininity in its rawest form. So when you compliment her skin the right way, you're not just praising her appearance. You're letting her know you see her softness, her warmth, her glow. And younger women, they notice immediately when a man sees them that way. But here's the key: you can't overdo it. You can't sound thirsty. You can't sound like every guy in her inbox. Your delivery has to be grounded, controlled, masculine. Something simple like, "Your skin looks really soft today," or "You've got a natural glow going on," hits way harder than you think. It's subtle, but it lands deep because it's specific, and it taps into the feminine desire to feel seen, not in a sexual way that crosses YouTube lines, but in a way that acknowledges her natural presence. This is exactly what the Stoics meant when they talked about perception. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you limit your perception to what is essential, you will live more freely." The essential part here is not the words you say, it's the intention behind them. Your compliment must come from awareness, not neediness. You're not trying to win her over. You're simply observing what's true and stating it with calm confidence. When a man with presence gives a woman a sincere, grounded compliment about her skin, it hits differently. She feels desired, but she also feels respected. She feels noticed, but she doesn't feel objectified. And most importantly, she feels safe leaning in because your delivery shows you're in control of yourself. But here's where men mess up. They try too hard. They pile on too many words. They say something like, "Wow, your skin looks amazing, so smooth, so perfect. I've never seen anything like it." Now you've gone from masculine to overeager, from grounded to needy, from attractive to trying too hard. Less is more. Calm is seductive. Specific is powerful. And when you get it right, she will react. She may smile a little too long. She may touch her cheek. She may tilt her neck slightly. These micro-responses tell you she felt it. Now do something for yourself. Lock this idea in. Drop a comment saying, "I speak with intention." Say it so your mindset shifts from chasing approval to expressing presence. And stay with me here, because the next part dives into something even more interesting. Something that isn't about what you say at all, but what happens the moment your presence moves closer to hers. You won't want to miss this. Number 9. The neck touch that fires her up. There's a reason the neck is one of the most sensitive, intimate, and instinct-triggering areas of the human body, especially for women. When a younger woman is attracted to an older man, the smallest touch on her neck can flip a switch inside her that she often can't explain. And it's not just the touch itself. It's how you deliver it when you deliver it, and what your presence communicates in that moment. See, women read touch the same way men read words. A man can say all the right things, but a single misplaced touch destroys the moment. Just like one perfectly timed touch can do more than a 5-minute conversation ever could. And this is where most men fail. They think touch is about being bold. But for women, especially younger women, the neck touch is about perceived intention and emotional attunement. Let me give you a real example. Imagine Marcus, 41, on a date with Emily, 27. They've had good conversation, subtle eye contact, and a steady rhythm of chemistry building naturally. When they leave the cafe, Marcus walks beside her, not rushing, not pushing, just leading the pace. Emily laughs at something he says, brushes her hair back, and gives him that half-tilted look women unconsciously give when they're open to touch. Marcus doesn't lunge. He doesn't grab. He simply places his hand gently behind her shoulder for a moment as they cross the street, his thumb naturally grazing the side of her neck. It lasts no more than half a second, but she feels it like electricity. Why? Because the touch wasn't needy. It wasn't performative. It wasn't a test. It was grounded, calm, and masculine. Women pick up on subtlety far more than men realize. A neck touch works when your energy says, "I'm in control of myself," not trying to prove anything. That alone builds desire. But here's the part that younger women won't say out loud. The neck is deeply tied to trust. A woman will only respond positively if she already feels a mix of attraction and safety. If she pulls away, if she stiffens, if she redirects the moment, that's feedback, not rejection, feedback. And a man who knows female psychology respects feedback instead of forcing his own timing. Attraction is a dance, not a grab. That's why the neck touch works best when it is brief, not lingering, confident, not aggressive, natural, not planned, responsive, not needy. Women don't want a man who rehearses moves. They want a man who understands moments. And younger women especially crave that combination of strength and subtlety because they rarely get it from men their age. Most young guys either hesitate out of fear or overcompensate out of excitement. An older man who can read the energy of the moment instantly becomes irresistible. If you pay attention, you'll notice the signals before the moment happens: the slight hair tuck, the slow exhale, the tilt of her shoulders toward you, the way she steps just an inch closer than necessary. Those are not accidents. Those are invitations. And when you respond with the right touch, her body remembers it long after the moment ends. Now, before we move on, let me ask you this. Have you ever had a woman react strongly to a small, unexpected touch? If you have, drop this in the comments. I move boldly. It's a simple 3-word declaration of the man you're becoming. And keep watching, because the next part reveals something even more surprising. Something most men overlook entirely, yet women feel instantly, even if they pretend not to. Number 10. The calm masculine energy she follows. Let's wrap this up with the truth. Most men miss completely, my friend. Younger women don't follow you because of your looks, your money, or your charm. They follow you because of something quieter, deeper, and far more rare. They follow you because of your energy. Not excitement, not intensity, not loud confidence. I'm talking about the calm, grounded masculine presence that only about 1% of older men ever learn to master. See, there's something you need to understand. A younger woman's world is chaotic, fast, overstimulated. Notifications, opinions, expectations, pressure from every direction. Most men she meets only add to that chaos. They're too eager, too emotional, too reactive, too invested in how she feels about them. That energy drains her. But a calm man, a centered man, a man who moves like nothing outside of him controls him. That's a rare oxygen she can breathe. This is why your presence matters more than anything you say or do. When you walk into a room with grounded posture, slow movements, steady breathing, and zero neediness, she feels it instantly. She doesn't think about it. She doesn't analyze it. Her body responds before her mind catches up. Calm masculine energy tells her 3 things at once. You're not rushed. You're not shaken. You're not seeking validation. And that is unbelievably attractive. You don't need to perform. You don't need to entertain. You don't need to prove your value. You simply exist with intention, and she comes closer on her own. This is exactly what the Stoics practiced. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The closer a man is to calm, the closer he is to strength." And feminine energy feels that. Younger women aren't looking for a man who tries to hold their attention. They're drawn to the man whose presence naturally becomes the anchor in the room. Now, let's make this real. Imagine your energy like a steady flame, not flickering, not struggling, not reaching upward desperately, just burning with quiet confidence. When you talk, you pause. When you listen, you pay attention.